Welcome, Hornetland, to Hornetcast, Episode 7. I'm Dr. Don. I'm your host. We have some awesome guests today for our episode on meaningful lives. So first of all, I would like to introduce to you Mariana, who's a 10th grader at CAG, and she loves to dance. So we won't have her do any dance recitals during the Hornetcast, but she loves to dance. And her mom is here. We brought her mom here, Marcella. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
And
me.
then little sister from the 7th grade, Mapi, is here. We're excited to have her. And we've also brought Sandri, our development coordinator. She works with our CAG Giving Days, and she's a big part of Meaningful Lives at CAG. We're also going to have 2 seniors that will be joining us in a second, and we'll introduce them to you when they get here. But first, we want to talk about CAG Giving Days. I understand you guys had a CAG Giving Day this last Saturday. Can you tell me about what you did at CAG Giving Day?
We went to Ronald McDonald House.
Oh my gosh, you went to the Ronald McDonald House. I've been there twice. Sandra used to work there, so she's been there a lot more than me. What is the Ronald McDonald House? Can you guys explain to me what that is?
They give a place to stay to the families that have to go to the hospital, to El Hospital Roosevelt. Then they go there for any treatment, like their kids have to stay there for, 3 weeks or something, or maybe just 2 days. Pueden tener una casa lejos de su casa. And they give them love.
Home away from home and
Yes,
love.
and love.
Yeah.
They make them feel special.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And that's what I love the most about that place.
That's
And,
awesome.
Like they take away the responsibility or like the worrying of the parents, like for them to have food and a place to stay. They have like a really nice place there where they can be.
So they get to stay there overnight and they provide food for them also. What else did you see there that they provide for them?
Like for the kids, they have a lot of like toys and like play areas that I found really cool.
Yeah, I saw some of the play areas. They look really fun, and the kids were having a good time. So that's kind of cool. What did you see, Mariana?
I saw that the kids were excited to have a place to play and to be kids and they didn't have to worry about like finding stuff to do.
Okay, it was right there. How old are these kids that are getting like the surgeries and the treatments? Did you see any of them?
Most of them were little kids.
Uh-huh.
I understand there are also like teenagers.
Oh, okay. So sometimes it's all ages, but a lot of the ones that you saw were babies or toddlers, small kids.
I think they said like from 0 to 18 years old.
0 to 18 years old. Okay. You know your Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, they mentioned it multiple times, so it's stuck in my mind.
Okay. Good, good. And what did you do at the Ronald McDonald House to give back?
We like provided activities for like all of the families to do, and like we took pictures of a bunch of the families, and like they could decorate like to put the picture in it, and it was those kind of things.
Okay, so they got to do some sort of craft or project
Yeah.
that they got to take back to their family. And then is the whole family there, like the mom and the dad and the other siblings, if there's other kids, or?
They could.
They
if
could be.
Yeah, they could be. Most of the kids were just with the mom.
Okay.
There was also a grandma.
Ah, grandma, okay.
Yeah. And this shocked me. There was a kid. I thought it was a young girl, but she was a mom.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and
She was
her
a young
kid
mom.
was in the hospital.
Ah, okay.
So it shocked me. Like I thought she was one of the kids for treatment, but she had her baby in the hospital. So it's like it's impressive. Yeah, what they can
So
do.
one thing might be doing the art project or the craft project with the family, but I kind of sense too, and in my experience there, it seems like there's another purpose, a higher purpose that we go there for. What would that be? What was your experience?
Well, it's for me. I love the feeling of giving. It makes me feel good. And of course, it makes other people also feel good, but maybe it's something that I need to feel. And so that's the name, CAG Giving Day. It's full of purpose. I'm grateful, I'm thankful I have the opportunity to give. And whenever I see something so well structured, then make sense to me. Like I want to give here because I know where it's going to.
Yeah.
So it at the end of the day, I felt like I had done something more than I meant to do. You know? It's like
Yeah.
I can help. I can help. I'm here. I'm in this country and I'm not alone. And I don't expect anybody else to do what I can do. So this is giving me the opportunity to finally do what I need to give, you know, to so I think that's for me. That's for me. I don't know. Well, and my girls, of course, that they can also feel that feeling and learn that that's the purpose, not just because you have to do something or because of the school asks you to do it or something, because that's just a feeling at the end of the day. And embrace that feeling and know that that's a good thing to do.
So it sounds like, Marcela, for you, giving back actually gives you
Totally.
something in return, that you feel better and feel good. And of course, you made sure your daughters were up early enough on Saturday to come to the Ronald McDonald House. So Mariana and Mapi, what was your experience at the Ronald McDonald House?
I think what I get from going to Ronald McDonald House, besides from what my mom said about like getting that feeling that you helped, it's like a good feeling to know that you are doing something to help people. You also get to realize that you are surrounded by so many amazing things and that you have so much, so you always have to be grateful. That's, I think, not many people realize how lucky they are to live where they live. So I think that's a good moment to realize that you're lucky to have what you have.
It's good to have that gratitude.
Yes.
What about you, Mapi?
Well, for me, it was more like, let's say I'm bored or someplace and I'm just daydreaming about how can I help like the world or how can I leave my mark. But as a child, I don't really know how to, or I don't have like I don't know what can I do to change. Like I'm not like I can't just like wake up and start picking up trash because that's not gonna do much. But like let's say going to these places maybe gives me like, oh my god, I can actually leave my mark somewhere even though I'm not like grown up yet.
Okay, so does it give you an idea for your future when you are grown up of something that you could do that could give back to your community?
Yeah, well, I when I grow up, like I was like I think a lot about when I grow up, like I don't know. And I think I want to like improve like public hospitals in Guatemala and like mental health hospitals as well because I feel like that's something that we could work on.
That's awesome, Mapi. I've always said seventh graders rule the world.
Yeah.
And I think it's true. That's a great idea. I hope that you live your dream and that you're able to do that because it's pretty awesome. So I think, Sandri, you've organized these giving days for a couple of years, and so you've seen a lot of them. What has been your experience
My
with caregiving?
takeaway.
Yeah.
Well, hearing them, that's exactly what CAG intends to give our community, our students, their parents, their families, our teachers, staff, the opportunity to give back and to partner with amazing organizations that, by the way, they went through a process for us to know a little bit more about them. You mentioned I have a previous relationship with Casa Ronald McDonald, but the organizations CAG is partnered with, they went through a process, so we know about them, we know who they benefit, how they operate, and then we are sure that the things that we are gonna serve as a community are gonna have an impact, as Mapi was saying. But that's the purpose for us, to give our community the opportunity to partner with these amazing organizations and give back to Guatemala. And we grow as individuals, as families, as for sure, as CAG community, giving back, serving our community.
That's really awesome. That's really awesome. Sometimes when organizations and people think of giving, they think of money, but maybe the better giving is of ourselves, our time, our talents, and being able to do something that is meaningful to other people's lives too. In our mission and vision, we talk about how we want all of our kids to grow up to be adults that live meaningful lives, right? And we have actually a Meaningful Lives Fair today at the school.
Yes.
For our high school students. Mariana will be going to that if I let you out of this Hornet cast. So you'll be going there. And at the Meaningful Lives Fair, Sandra, can you tell us a little bit about how that's set up? Do you know how it's set up?
Yes,
Okay,
I know.
tell us about that.
No, this is an opportunity for our high school students to know about organizations. Some of them are corporations, some of them are from the nonprofit sector that we partner with. So they can participate with them in the internship program, or they can participate with them doing some service as part of these GAG Giving Days or the Saturday service. So the idea is to know our partners and the opportunities that we have to work together.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like your family had a great experience at the Ronald McDonald. Are you going to do it again?
Yes.
Yeah? You already signed up for the next one?
Yeah. And outside of school as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's great. I mean, that's actually, I think, part of living meaningful lives is we find an organization that we feel like we can contribute to, and we have a relationship with them and a partnership where we can give back and help and serve. So, and it makes you feel good. Like you said, it makes you feel good. You
I'm
give
doing
back. There's something that happens in the brain when you're serving where the brain actually gives you those feel good chemicals that that dopamine that helps you feel better. And so thank you for giving back, and thank you for living meaningful lives. We always have our guests try out the phrase "Go Hornets," and we try to see if they can do it in stereo and with enthusiasm and expression. And so I think that since this is the first time we've had a family on our Hornet cast, I think this should be like a really special "Go Hornets."
Okay.
So we're gonna try it out. I'll count down.
Okay.
I'll go 3,
But
2,
you too.
1. I'll say it too.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do something. I don't know. I'll figure out something. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go Hornets! All right, that was good. Awesome. All right, well, we have our second set of guests for our Hornet cast on Meaningful Lives. So we have Sophie, who is a senior last year. She's already gotten into university. We're going to talk about that in a second. We have Marco, who, as you might be aware, he's very tall and he plays basketball. And we have Miss Tracy Berry Lasso, who is here, who has coordinated and worked with our student internship program and our Meaningful Lives Fair for a number of years. As I mentioned earlier on the Hornet Cast, we have our Meaningful Lives Fair today, which these two went through in previous years so that they could pick some companies and groups to serve with and do internships with. So that's what we'll be talking about today. So first of all, Sophie, where'd you get into school? Tell us all about it.
So I'm going to be attending Bentley University in Boston. Yes.
And that was your first choice?
Yeah, I
Got it in
did
your first
ED. Yeah.
That's awesome. Early admissions, and she's there. What about you, Marco?
Well, I haven't committed yet, but I recently got into Universidad Europea de Madrid.
Oh.
So I'm waiting on 2 more universities, but they're all in the Madrid area, so I'm definitely going there.
You want to go to Madrid?
Yeah.
That's your spot. Is that your favorite city in the world? It is Madrid.
You know, actually, I've never been. But,
What?
Yeah, I've never been to Madrid, but I really want to go, so.
Well, you picked a good city. It is my wife's favorite city in the world, is Madrid. And so we've been there a number of times, and it's wonderful. I think they have really good universities, and the culture and arts is pretty awesome there.
Yeah.
So you'll have a good time. Well, congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
You're going on to bigger and better things. And our mission at CAG is to help you live meaningful lives, right? And so we try to create experiences at CAG where, as our definition of learning, which is actually behind Marco, so no one can see it, he's blocking it, but that's okay. You can block it. It actually says that as an institution, we have a goal to co-design and co-learn together. So the teachers and the students working together, and we want to listen to your voice and what you aspire to do in the future and provide you the opportunities to live meaningful lives in the future. So we want to talk to you about that, and we want to find out if we've done that for you. Since you're leaving, hopefully we've done it for you. But if we haven't, we want to hear about it. And specifically, we want to talk to you about your experience when you were able to do internships this last summer, I believe, and maybe the summer before. I don't know. But let's talk about that.
I started off with the Meaningful Lives Fair too, and I got to see all the different companies that came, and they were big companies. I was impressed. Like, it was the real thing, it's the real world. So then I went through the whole process, and I ended up entering at a healthy snack company. And I started off with human resources because I was really interested in that, and I wanted to go off and study that. So I decided I wanted to like have a little feel of what it is in the real world. And then eventually I came to have more of a connection with marketing because I got to do a little bit of everything. And now I will be studying marketing. Thank you to the internship.
Okay, so originally you were going to go into HR.
Yeah.
But if you would have gone to university into HR, 4 years of university, and then got done and said, I don't really like HR, but you found that marketing was your niche.
Exactly.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
For me, what I was really drawn to in the internship program was the variety of fields you could go into. So there was, for me, it was between business and medicine, but I leaned more into medicine, and I got into Hospital Esperanza. It's a really nice hospital here. And what I enjoyed most was it not like gave me an insight into the field of medicine. Like, it's a tough career that requires much sacrifice. So I wanted to feel it out to confirm it. And the experience was very nice, enlightening, I would say. I didn't just like get the study aspect of medicine. I got the real aspect of working with people, the patients, the community surrounding it. And I was really thankful for that. And it made me want to commit to the career. So I used the internship program to make sure to the career I want to go to. And the journey was really nice.
What'd you do?
Well, I mostly spent time with residents there, mostly internal medicine residents. Like the first week, I got to know the people, the doctors there. Sometimes I could go into patient rooms and talk with patients if they let me. And the second week was the coolest, I would say, because I was able to enter the operating rooms. So I was able to see some surgeries, and that was really like life-changing for me. And yeah, I'm really lucky to have that experience.
Tell me, what time do they do surgeries here in Guatemala?
Well, surgeries, oh, it depends. Like, I went to the operating room. They had like a board before the room, and there was like a lot of surgeries scheduled and the time. But I didn't go to all of them, of course. But I went to like if I could go to a couple a day, I would go like at 11 o'clock maybe, and then to another one at 2 o'clock. Yeah, so
that's not too bad. I heard some interns had to go at like 5 in the morning,
really,
like really early to their surgeries. But it's amazing that you got to be in the room during a surgery.
Yeah.
Did it like gross you out, or were you okay with it?
Well, they gave us a warning because a previous intern had
fainted.
Fainted, yeah. So it was we had a little trouble convincing, but we were able to get into and I would say I was not grossed out or anything. I was just like wowed. The first surgery I saw was a C-section.
Oh, really?
Which, yeah,
Okay, that's amazing.
Not the most tame surgery.
No, kind of a messy one.
It's messy, but I found it like a beautiful experience. That's why.
A miracle of life, right? You get to see the baby and the mom, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
That's very cool. So do you still want to go into the medical profession?
Definitely.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're solid. So that internship really helped you out.
Yes.
Okay. Sophie, what about you? What did you do with the marketing piece in your internship? Tell us a story.
Yeah, okay. So I started off the first couple of days with the human resources. So I would like get the uniforms for the employees or organize breakfasts with like speakers. And eventually I ran into some problems where I couldn't get a speaker because of the time. So I had to give the presentation to the employee.
Really?
Yeah. But then as I started to work more there, I went into the marketing field and we started with redesigning a product and then eventually like making a new product come to life. And it was really cool because I got to see like the whole process, like the blind taste groups and everything, and then to the product in the supermarket a couple months later. So it was really cool to see that come to life.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Now, have you followed up with the company and found out if they made a lot of money based on your help with the marketing?
Well, I'm not sure if they've made a lot of
You should
money.
follow up on that. You maybe should ask for a cut. Say a certain percentage, right?
But then in October, it was really cool because I got called back to go to the photo shoot of the product. And I got to actually participate in it and be like model for it. So it was really nice to go back and see the product come to life.
So you're like in a commercial, or
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty much.
Wow.
And then it was cool because I used to be like in the behind the scenes of the commercials of them shooting for all their different products and making the recipes and everything. And then I was able to be part of it.
So is that what you'll be doing in Boston? You'll be doing marketing with maybe a minor in drama and acting. Yeah, maybe like you could do both, Hollywood, marketing. Yeah,
Why
two
not?
careers. Why
Yeah.
not? Go for it. So my question, and I haven't let Tracy talk at all, but she's smiling, and that's good enough for right now. My question for you two, since you're products of CAG, you're alumni, you're going to have your pin ceremony in a couple months, which is pretty awesome. And as alumni, my question is, and Tracy's question too, is have we given you an experience at CAG that you think will allow you to live meaningful lives? And I know that you're an artist also, and I know that you're good on the basketball court. I've seen you play. I played against you before, actually, one time. So I think the teachers won.
I don't remember.
Right.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
Okay. Okay. Have we given you enough experiences, and what are some of the experiences that you think you've had that make you well-rounded and will allow you to live meaningful lives?
So I would say CAG definitely has provided us with these experiences. Where what comes to the top of my mind is like CAG incentivizes us to like get social hours. Like we need a certain amount of social hours to pass the grade, if I'm not wrong. And this is really important because in most of those experiences you get like a feeling for other people's lives and really get a sense of how lucky some of us are, privileged, and the meaning comes from connecting with the other people and really gauging what matters in life. And I got that from social hours. I got that from the internship program, and yeah, I would say CAG definitely provides it.
Awesome. Thank you, Marco.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd say CAG has always given us the tools since being little kids in pre-K.
Yeah, you guys are lifers, right?
Yeah.
Been here forever?
Forever. So I would say they've really like encouraged us to find that connection, that growth, and that impact that helps us build a meaningful life. And then with the internship program, I believe I was able to foster all of that and grow it even more for now, taking it with me like for college and for the rest of my life. So yeah, I would say
Awesome.
we have.
Awesome. Well, we're already very proud of both of you, and we know that you're going to make us even prouder in the future with the great things that you're going to do and how you're going to continue to give back the rest of your lives. Tracy, are we going to keep doing this? Or tell us about, maybe there's some listeners out there that want to get involved. Maybe they have a company or a business. Tell us about how they can get involved and what we want to do in the future with this program, and the possibilities of even some partnerships with our teachers.
Absolutely. So we're very fortunate to have a community that gives back to the school. And one of the significant ways that the community does so is by offering our students the opportunity to enter into their businesses, to partner with their organizations. And so we are constantly striving to develop partnerships. Our student life department has open applications on our website for individuals who are interested. Also, just sending an email to us at the school, we'll go and visit and begin developing a relationship. Right now, we're doing it with our students during the summer as well as in the winter in December. But we're looking at how we can expand that through our mini-mester program for perhaps more in-depth, even though it's more concentrated during a period of time, but giving our students during the school year opportunities to be embedded in the business world. But also looking at opportunities for our faculty members to get some real-world experience beyond CAG, so they can understand in the Guatemalan community what are those opportunities opportunities where young people are connecting what they're learning from our school after they go on to university, but then finding careers and how they can use that knowledge to make their instruction more relevant to the world of our students. And so looking to build that out as kind of a pilot project in the next couple of years for teachers who are interested in learning more about the world around us and how that will impact our students' experience at CAG too.
Awesome. When do students do their internships? Between which years?
Generally, it's when they're 10th graders, when they're entering into 10th, entering in 11th and 12th. Sometimes we have some seniors after they've graduated who might still do it.
Okay.
But primarily it's in their junior and senior years.
Okay, so starting at 10th grade to 11th, 12th, and then I think, what would you say is the reaction of most students after their internship? Was it a good experience, a beneficial learning experience, or are there horror stories?
Well, there's a little bit of everything. And each year we have some unique situations, experiences like what you referred to. But in general, most students will say, no matter what, I benefited. I may have learned that this is a field that I certainly don't want to invest 4 years of university in that. And so they're gaining insight because of it. But most students have an increased sense of agency and independence, and often will say, I was treated like I was an employee. I was given real world tasks. I've given added value to the company as a result of my being there. And it really increases their confidence and also the connection between what they're learning, the skills they've developed at school, and how that benefits them in a workplace.
Awesome. You guys agree?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
good.
As a 17-year-old, I wouldn't think my opinion would be as valued in a company like that, but it really,
They listen to
they
you.
really listen to you.
Well, you might have been the target market, right?
Yeah.
Trying to target young people and healthy snacks, right? So, good. What about you, Marco? What do you think?
Yeah, I would say, although I had the full responsibility of the other doctors, I sometimes I felt like some nurses accidentally even called me doctor. So yeah,
You're
So,
like,
yeah.
oh, thank you very much.
yeah, definitely a sense of responsibility and yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, you've heard it from the most important people in our school, the students, that our goal is to create meaningful lives for them. And so I think that they're impressive, but I don't know how well they are at saying go Hornets. So we got to end with go Hornets. Are you ready? Can you do it? 1, 2, 3. Go Hornets!